Hey there. It's the RIOT
Hey there, hi there, ho there.
Hey ho, neighbor. So, hey, the podcast is happening. I think we should be back up to everything. I listened to yesterday's show. Mm-hmm. The intro was a little quiet.
But outside of that, the podcast was good.
Fine, so.
Hudson, who usually puts together our podcast, has returned today.
Yes.
He's been on vacation, so he should clear it all up.
As they say, we're trying to dial it in, and we're getting there. So everything should be fine today. So thanks for listening, though. We appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stuff in the podcast today, we talk about the Arnold Sports Expo, which is, depending on what you're into, it's pretty big news about it and what's going on there.
With it and the festival.
We also spent a lot of time talking about Nikki and Crocs.
I don't know why. Why?
It was you started it?
I didn't. I just sent you about the Crocs and Peeps collab. And then actually it was you guys, everyone who was listening during the show, who really extended the conversation.
Well, you and Nikki, it's a conversation.
It is. At least we were talking.
They listen. They talk.
They comment.
We listen. Mm-hmm. Then we talk a whole bunch.
So if you have any comments on it, don't forget, because apparently you will. You can text us anytime, 877-2RadioU, and we'll see it next time that we're in the studio. Okay.
Other things. We talk about mornings. Christy, one of our listeners out there at Blockbuster. I talk about, I think what is probably the most informative part of the entire show is we get into Big Soap. And their agenda, it's obviously completely real. You'll all be thanking me later when you hear it.
When you recognize it.
Absolutely. Charging mats, what not to do in the Squadron coffee maker, and, really bad news about this weekend.
I forgot about that.
Really bad
Darn
news.
It. I set a reminder for Saturday.
It's good. It's a good thing.
So that way I remember then.
Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal.
Well, you guys have a wonderful day. We appreciate you listening, and hopefully you enjoy everything we present to you today.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Bye.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the worst of the Riot podcast.
What have you been laughing at over there?
Well... Okay, so yesterday afternoon, I had coffee with Nick, our news guy, right? One of the things we were talking about is like how hard it is to get up in the morning. It's just hard. And so we talked about it for a while, and I was like, well, I have something that can help, but you're not going to like it.
Uh-oh. What is it?
And it was just like, he's like, I don't like cotton candy rain. No, that's not
Is it another flavor?
No, we talked about getting up and getting some exercise.
Yeah, in the morning.
It's not. Here's the thing. A lot of people think that means that you got to do your big workout. It's not that. You don't have to do the big workout or whatever. It's just 10 or 15 minutes of something to get your heart rate up. And then here's the thing that's really weird is you can be exhausted when you start, and it will wake you up. Like, it will. It doesn't mean that you're going to be, like, excited or about whatever, but it will wake you up. And so he messaged me about 20 minutes ago or however long ago, and he was like, I hate this.
But yep. He was trying it.
Yep, it's working.
Well,
it's
that
working.
means it is working if you hate it. Because hating is an emotion, which means you're energized.
That's right. You're waking up.
You're waking up and you're moving. Your blood's flowing.
I have the last 2 weeks have essentially completely failed at getting up in the morning and working out. But the last 2 days I've made it. And I don't like it either. Nobody likes it, but it definitely wakes you up. Like that's the thing.
Well, it's good to see Nick hating something so early.
It's good. And you know what? I will forever remember Jared saying to me, he was asking me, I had started running. He's like, why are you running? I was like, I don't know. It's nice and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you will not really be a runner until you hate it. And I was like, that's ridiculous. And I definitely hit that point. After a while, you're just like, man, I hate this.
You're like, yes, congratulations.
And, I made it. Dang it. So
it's not hitting the wall. It's just, hitting out. Well, it's finally making a mark and doing enough with it.
Well, and it's that thing where it's like, you know what? You've stopped doing it for the love, and you've just started doing it.
Just doing it.
That's the difference. And just to be clear, I haven't achieved any of this. Just 2 days in a row.
What are you talking about, Coach?
Yeah.
A Rotten Tomatoes score so high, they refuse to make it public. The Riot on RadioU.
So I don't want this show to be nothing but bummer fest because I know it's like, hey, we're talking Super Tuesday. Why is everybody so angry? But I got one last kind of like bummer piece of news, and that was it hit last night. The Arnold Sports Festival, which happens, there are actually, how many of them are there? There are like 10 of them.
Around the world.
Around the world. But the one that happens in Columbus, Ohio, it is a huge deal. Not just for sports, but also just for the city. Like they make a boatload of money off of like tourism and all this stuff. And that has been a little more personal to me this time. I've got a friend that owns a comic shop that is actually down where they have the expo. And they have canceled the expo. So the sports will continue. So with
no spectators.
With no spectators. And so if you were going to watch or you're going to the expo, which is a big deal, they're not having it. You can't go. And so he was saying that it's a huge blow to their business that the expo is not going to happen, just in general, because the foot traffic alone was a huge deal for them.
I forgot of that's airfare, that's hotels, that's
it's so much
everything
food.
That people
Think
would have
about
booked.
All of the eating that would have taken place at all those restaurants.
And since it's about to begin, it would have been everybody's already set. To expect all those people.
So extra supplies, extra this, extra that, and now it's just not going to happen.
So it seemed like they were not allowed to continue that part of the expo and the sports festival because they're just encouraging not to have large amounts of people gathered together so the coronavirus wouldn't spread.
Especially, it's not just a matter of large groups of people, but you've got to think about the diversity of that group. They're literally coming from all over North America into one space. And so
and around the world, yeah.
Right. And so that's a place where if something spreads very well, and that is something about the coronavirus is that you can have it and not know it, and it is particularly good at spreading, and you bring these people from all over together, that's a great way for it to be dispersed.
Yeah.
And so they don't want to do that.
I saw a lot of people online mad, and then a lot of people online who understand, but were upset.
Wait, you saw angry people online yesterday?
I did. And I think once the shock of what has happened for them, for like traveling and stuff, wears off, I think they understand too. You do not want to risk that.
It's been interesting that things continue to be canceled. And depending on your perspective, it's either alarmist nonsense or it's the smart thing to do. And as always, Nikki and I have no comment.
No comment on that, but I do feel bad. You didn't even think of the local tourism as well that really gets affected. But again, you want to make sure people are not spreading more and that they're safe.
No, it is definitely again, didn't occur to me, but listening to just somebody that I knew talking about
locally,
it really brought it home to me.
And I bet those people would expect that profit. Like they,
it's like probably built into their year.
It's like people that bank on like Christmas money and stuff. Like you expect that sort of thing, and that helps the entire year, and it's not there.
Yeah, I used to work for a seasonal business, and believe me,
they needed it.
It's real. Like certain times of the year, like they got to make that money. So.
You might be thinking that this won't be quite as bad the second time around. Well, you'd be greatly mistaken. You're listening to the worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, did you know that Amazing Stories is going to premiere this Friday?
What is that? Amazing Stories?
What? You're telling me that you have not been counting down the minutes until the brand new Steven Spielberg and it's not an anthology series is being released?
Mm-mm.
Come on.
Don't think I've seen a thing about it.
Come on.
Which they're so excited about.
Nikki.
Advertising is not working.
You know what really kills me is?
What?
You're an Apple Plus subscriber.
I know, but I never watch anything on Apple Plus. I actually said no thank you, and I wanted to make sure I didn't get charged when my free year was up because I haven't watched anything on it.
I wish you would have given it to me.
Well, you can have your phone is,
I got a used phone, so they're just like, you're trash.
I can't change it over to you. That doesn't work.
There's some real classism in the Apple system. I'll just tell you right now. They know you're not a first-time buyer, and so they're just
so you don't get it.
Well, you went to the used car lot, you're out.
Well, what is it called?
It's called Amazing Stories. It's actually... I don't remember when, but back in the day, there used to be an Amazing Stories TV show that was a Steven Spielberg thing that I guess a lot of people really liked it. And so they've been excited about bringing it back to Apple Plus because Apple Plus just wants something, anything, please give us a hit. Budget is about $5 million per episode.
Whoa, really?
That's a lot of money, guys.
It feels high. That's the amazing part of it.
It does.
It's so expensive.
And so now...
That's why the phones are so expensive. It trickles down.
They're only releasing one show a week, I believe. I think that is true. I could be wrong. Maybe they all hit on Friday. I don't know. But I do know that reviews for the first episode, they sent screeners to press, and the reviews are not good, which may really shock you. But people didn't like something on the internet again. If this show had a theme...
No, it depends. Sometimes with Apple Plus or like Disney Plus or even Netflix sometimes, with screeners, you're not in the same, like you're not in the right mood.
Yeah.
So maybe it plays better when you're going there to watch it on purpose.
Yeah.
Not for review purposes.
So they say that like the idea here is think like kind of like the Twilight Zone, but it doesn't have as hard of an edge to it.
Okay.
So I didn't watch any of the Jordan Peele Twilight Zone stuff. He did
that for CBS All Access.
Nikki, I'm a CBS All Access subscriber. Like you're an Apple Plus subscriber, but I don't watch it.
Listen, I only like his stuff for Key and Peele.
Is that the new thing? Is that the new hotness? You're a subscriber to something and you're like, I hate it, I don't watch it.
Well, that's the new thing.
Because that's where we are. I've got CBS All Access. I hate it. I don't watch it.
Well,
except for one
Picard,
episode, one show. But the rest of it, I'm like, bah. And you've got a whole year of Apple Plus, and you're like, I don't watch this.
Because I wanted to watch, for a moment, I wanted to watch the M. Night Shyamalan series that was on Apple Plus.
Did you watch it?
And then I was like, nah.
So you didn't watch it?
That would require me sitting down and watching it, and I did not.
Too much work.
Well, it seemed a bit sad, so I passed on it.
All right, well, Tom says he's so excited about it.
He's ready for it?
So Apple, +1.
Tom's going to watch it.
+1. I said I was going to watch, what was the one that was about the, it was a past history where like the Russians got to the moon first. And I was like, oh man, I can't wait to watch that. And then I was like, I swear I'm going to watch it.
Didn't you watch the first episode?
I watched like the first 10 minutes.
That's all we can give you.
Wow. Not only are you already awake, but you're listening to The Riot? Your day is off to a pretty rough start. The Riot on RadioU.
Yesterday I had probably one of the most disappointing, stupid moments of my whole life. Now, that's overselling it.
Mm-hmm.
But
you had a moment?
I had met someone for lunch, and there is a video store near where we had lunch. And I drove by, and there was this big sign that said, BD sale, 40% off. And I was like, dude, that's cool. I want to go check that out. BD is an abbreviation for Blu-ray disc. And so I like to buy movies. I like to buy 4K Blu-ray movies. And especially, there aren't a lot of video stores anymore, but sometimes this particular one, Family Video, I don't typically go to their store, but
it's like the only one left,
it's
isn't it?
It's the only one left. And Hudson will tell you, he and I, every fall, it actually killed Black Friday for me a couple of times because they would do some online sale where I would pick up, Blu-rays would be like $3. And so I would buy like 10 movies, $30, and then that'd be it.
So you thought they were having a sale?
I was like, dude, I'm going to go in there and see what they're like, I don't know what's going on, whatever. So I get in there and I'm just like, yeah. And I was like, hey, where are your Blu-rays that are for sale? Because, it's just shelves after shelves of movies.
Sure.
You don't know. And she was just like, oh, they're over there. And I went over and looked, and there's nothing there, and there's no signs about being on sale or anything like that.
Or the 40% off.
Yeah, I was like, where's the 40%? Do I ask about the 40%? Maybe it's not marked, but if I bring it up, I'll get the 40%. I thought, I don't know. There isn't even really anything here I want that much. Now we're just spending money to spend money. Let's get out of here. And, of course, by us, I mean me, because those are the two voices in my head that talk to each other.
They're the ones that go shopping with you.
And so I get outside and I look to the left, and there are two signs. There's a window sign, and then there's also a yard sign. And what I didn't see was as I was driving by, the obscuring of an extra letter that was very important.
On the sale stuff?
Mm-hmm.
What was for sale?
CBD.
At the video place?
Yep.
They sell it there?
They sell cannabis oil.
So basically, any place nowadays that doesn't just sell, they can't just sell what they originally were selling, will now throw in CBD stuff.
It felt like that.
So it's here's a grocery store / CBD.
So it's here's a video store. We sell CBD. I imagine vaping rigs are next. It's attached to a pizza place.
There's a vape place, and that's it.
I think at some point we just say an Outback will give you actual weed. It's part of the business model.
Oh, you hit the wrong sale, didn't you?
I felt so stupid.
Aw.
And I just didn't feel like
you wouldn't have if you would have picked up some of the CBD. No.
It would have completely taken away any feelings of, you'd be okay.
It would have just taken away the negative feelings.
Shut up. It's so true. So, yep, there it is.
Oh, my goodness.
I just want to tell you right now, letters are important.
Yeah.
You might not think they are, but
look at you being an innocent soul going in for just a Blu-ray sale.
Where's the Blu-ray sale? And they're like, son, by the time we're done, you won't even care.
You won't even, and then go get some pizza over there, okay?
You know what? You got too much Blu-ray anxiety. All right, we're going to help deal with some of that. Plus, this is going to help with your back pain. You're going to sleep better. Your hair's going to grow out.
Here's stuff for your dogs. Here's everything.
This is going to fix everything. Okay, cool.
All right, so you did not pick up anything on sale, is what you're saying.
Did not.
Okay.
That's a negative. Kind of sucks.
Oh, you go in all excited, and it hits.
So stupid.
Worst of the Riot. RadioU.
I want to say what's up to Eric in Austin. He should be afraid. Very afraid.
Did you watch the video for this?
I'm watching it right now.
It is something.
Okay.
Do you not get what was going on, or?
Here's something that I feel like we have to start with is that somebody comes up with a gun, I'm afraid of them. But with a gun, not always, but a lot of times they're just using it to threaten you to get whatever they want. All right, here's my money.
What if they have a knife?
Wait till you find out how little money there is. But there you go.
Take it. We're fine.
Be excited. A knife, again, scary, but as long as they're far away, whatever. But when someone pulls out a sword or an axe, or in this case, a hatchet, that's crazy.
That speaks a lot about the person.
I feel like someone that draws a sword or pulls a hatchet, they're ready to use it and might be looking forward to the opportunity. I got to get out of there.
Well, he said that in this story, the guy didn't really know what he did wrong, but he was just backing out of a spot. But someone at the gas station was at the pump, and she was blocking his way because her door was open.
Right.
So he couldn't really back up the car until she closed it. So he was just thinking the only thing is maybe he gave her a face or something, or just as he drove past finally. But then he drove past, and she goes to her back seat, pulls out a
hatchet,
like if you were going to an axe throwing place. And she walks a few feet, slings it at the car as it drives away, and it goes through the back window and shatters the glass.
And there are people in the back of the car.
Yeah, and she goes and throws the hatchet in there. And he's like, why are you? And he drives away because he doesn't want to.
Yeah, what if she's got another hatchet?
Pretty much. They were afraid she had a gun or something else. And I couldn't tell in the article if they found her or if they're looking for her, but they have video of her. So I'm sure it'll only take a little bit of time to track her down.
They do not know who she is, at least as of now. So
find her license plate on one of the many videos.
So is that a thing now? Now we have to be afraid of hatchets? Or now what? We've got all these axe throwing places, and now axes are going to become the new self-defense weapon of the 20s.
Well, can you just drive around with one? Or maybe she works at a place that does it? Or
no, you can. I mean,
you can have it?
I can have. You know what, Nikki? I bought an axe not long ago, put it in the front seat next to me. One, because I felt more like a man than I ever had. And I was hoping people would see it. I was hoping people would be like, wait, he has an axe. He's a real man.
You needed it.
Yeah, I did. Well, I split wood with
I didn't know if you can go to the sporting goods store and here's the axe throwing set.
The axe.
The new, here's your new summer hotness.
Axe throwing axes for sale.
Like an at-home kit instead of going to the axe throwing place.
All right. Well, let's see what we can find for you, Nikki. Wow. Here we go. These actually, they look awesome. An S-Twing double bit axe wood splitting tool with forged steel. Okay, this one says it's for throwing. This is $37.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Well, no matter what, she had something in her car, and she threw it into the other person's car.
I'm just going to tell you, and again, this is probably a look into my character. I would just be like, I'm mad at you, but I'm not $37 mad.
Not throwing it?
I'm not going to throw this axe at you because... Like, can I get it back after I throw it at you? Because it was kind of expensive.
If you look at her form, it seems like she must throw axes because it was like 1, 2, 3. You know, like she knew, she was familiar with it. She was confident enough to go throw this as her weapon. But the guy driving the other car still doesn't understand why she did it.
She seems calm about it.
She did, but she didn't like the guy. She didn't like the car.
Nikki, I can get you a set of 3 tactical tomahawks for $51.95.
Gotta keep them in the car, or am I supposed to take these home?
Well, no. What I think is you put them on the front seat next to you, so that if anybody like cuts you off or whatever, you're just like, "Fwing."
It's probably not the best idea. Maybe you put it in the back, like in the back of your car with your emergency kit with some like bottled waters in case you need it.
Yeah.
It's not bad to have a knife in the car, but this is more than that.
Wait.
A little knife for protection.
Wow.
Just a little knife. Not weird. A pocket knife.
We've just opened some. I've never heard that. You know, it's not bad to have a knife
a little
for protection.
Pocket knife. What if you need it for protection or to open something, or if you're
Or
lost?
maybe you're just bored and you need to whittle for a while?
No, I don't think that's it. Who's whittling? You're in traffic.
I got bored, found myself, a little stick and just started whittling.
No. But you remember, Eric has a pretty large knife collection.
Yes, I do.
And it's not one that just sits around. It's one that he uses.
Oh,
he has a lot.
You married a real man. He's got guns and knives.
And he has an axe.
I've got a little envelope for the PlayStation 5.
Oh, you got your little money stash.
Yep.
Maybe the Riot would sound better if they spent less time improving their lives at their gym. That was sarcasm. It's the Riot on Radio U.
I'm starting to get a little worried about Nikki, guys.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry.
I'm in the room.
I thought you were filling up your jug of water.
No, I'm in the room.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Nikki keeps passing me things about Crocs.
No, I just thought these are something, aren't they?
I feel like this is story number 2 inside of a month, which means to me that you're on a mailing list or you're looking at them.
No, it was on one of the sites we normally frequent when it talks about like food collabs. And I've never owned a pair of Crocs, but
you're almost there.
No, I don't think I can pull it off.
No,
I can't wear them.
You're getting so
But
close.
I see people all the time wearing it. I'm like, are they comfortable or like, what are we doing? They have little pin things. There's all these collabs. Like, why are these still a thing?
It's coming.
And then people are like, well, you can get like flip-flop Crocs or just different types of shoes. But I'm talking like the Crocs.
You're almost in.
I don't think I can wear them.
Oh, no.
I don't think I can.
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to get Crocs, and then you're going to rave about them.
I'm going to love them.
Like, I cannot believe all the terrible things that I have said about these.
Why do people wear them? It's something.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Peeps Crocs.
They are weird.
2 things I don't like together at last. So here's what they are. You've got pink, blue, and yellow.
So it looks like a normal Croc.
What are these
Those are
things?
the pins.
So there are these pins that you put to the top of your shoes.
But these are large ones that are, they look like a peep. And so you can put a couple of them on the top of the Croc.
Yep.
Sounds like a restaurant. Top of the Croc.
Top of the Croc to you.
It's just that you get to wear your Crocs while you're there.
Nikki, this is what you need. It's
limited edition. They're only $50.
Oh, it's back, Nikki. The thing is, like, here's where we are. There were Crocs that people liked.
Yeah.
Then people began hating them. Then people started wearing them ironically, and that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're just back to people liking them.
Yes.
We've come a circle again. So I think you are You're right on.
I need
like
someone who has the same size shoe as me who wants me to try them on. That's the only way I can do that. I'm not going to a Crocs store. I don't know. I'm not going to order them without trying it.
The first step in doing something is saying you're not going to do it.
And then, then you fall into
step one of that. Look at me. Look at my new iPhone, Nikki.
Oh, yeah. You spoke about no iPhone for years, and now you're living it.
You're getting one.
So it gets 3 sugar-coated colors, and then you get 3 matching 3D chick gibbets. Those are the charms for it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're water-friendly and breathable.
All right.
Easy to clean. So
you guys,
that's it.
Who else is with me? 877-2-RADIO-U. Who thinks that Nikki is about to get some Crocs? Who's willing to give? I need 50 people to give $1.
No.
We're going to start the Nikki Croc Fund. She's going to get some Crocs.
What color would I get, though? I mean, I never wear anything.
It's happening.
I'm not buying the peach ones.
No, because here's what happens. They say that they know you're going to buy a house when you start talking about where you put your furniture.
Oh, this is what color?
So here's what you're doing. You're like, so if I did wear some, what color would they be?
What would I get? The Peeps one would be a bold move to step into, you know?
You are visualizing right now. That is, we're past step.
I just don't think I can put it on. I just can't. I don't like shoes. I like just slides, flip-flops and slides.
Don't you see that these would finally be the shoes that you would like? Because they would have the comfort and airiness
that I
of
like.
A sandal, but the support of a shoe.
Well, that I've heard.
Oh!
I've heard 2 things. People either say they're the worst for you or they're the best for you.
Yeah,
so
well.
I don't know who to believe, but if you want Peeps ones, you can.
Andrew says,
Kyle, what are you saying? Kyle's like, she's practically wearing them now.
Right?
No,
right?
not.
Kyle gets it. He gets it, Nikki.
You're
he gets
funny.
it. All right. D says, try the flips. Nicole, is this you texting us?
That's not me.
I work with someone who is not on your wall. Her winter ones have fur in them.
I think the text to speak in the beginning failed on the first part of it. We get that a lot with our text messages.
Nicole, is she on your wall?
It's just the text to speak fail.
What does that mean? Andrew says they look dumb, but they're so comfortable.
Are they, Andrew? Are they really?
There's only one way to find out.
Are they
Nikki.
really comfortable?
It's happening, guys.
Nope, not yet.
You and I should go shoe shopping together. Oh, dude, Jason's so right. She talks like this before she went to the Home Expo and got a hot tub.
Now,
he is telling the truth.
Jason, I didn't get the hot tub from there, first off. Second, I wanted a hot tub my whole life. I have not wanted Crocs my whole life. That's the difference.
He's not talking about that. But this is, I recognize the signs. I do this too, where I'm just like, iPhones are so stupid. Why is it that people even like them?
I just keep wondering why people are wearing them still. It just fascinates me. And I don't want to miss out on something.
All right. Now, we're in the rabbit hole now.
Jesse?
Jesse says, I saw some Crocs in a dumpster, and they were my size, and I was half tempted to snag them because I could wash them at home.
Oh, yeah.
But then I thought, nah, they're Crocs.
No, never mind then.
Jesse, don't lie. How did you know they were your size? You pulled them out of the dumpster.
You were looking at them.
You have dumpster Crocs. Tell the truth.
That's a whole nother level.
That's a whole different discussion.
Well, why would the person throw them away, though, if they were fine?
Yeah! You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Boy, we've really hit something here, haven't we?
I don't know if we've ever said this before, but, like, say Obie and I are talking about a serious topic, and we seriously wanted to ask you guys a question. We might not get as many responses as we were wanting, but when we talk about certain not so serious topics, you guys can't stop. And
explode.
Crocs included now in that, because now all I'm getting are Crocs texts from everybody.
All right. Now, we just shamed Jesse for his dumpster diving, and here's what we...
Well, we were telling people that we were looking at the Peeps Crocs collab.
Yes, we are. And it's, I say that Nikki is about to buy Crocs.
Never have, but I'm fascinated by them still.
No. Oh, my gosh. It's so on. It's so on. It's happening.
Fun. We're just talking. Why can't we just talk about something?
Because that is, like, talking is...
It's
like,
education.
No, talking is like stage 4 in the process, all right?
is.
It's not stage 1. You've had to think about it to get the talking out.
I'm just going to wait till one day a pair magically appears at the door, and then I'll try them.
The Bonzatour.
Yeah, just a little gift.
Now, Jesse said he saw some Crocs in a dumpster. So
That were his size.
Okay, so I said he just took them out of the dumpster. Jesse says the dumpster was overflowing. So, like, they weren't in the dumpster.
People just set it to the side.
I did, however, take home the board game Scrabble in perfect condition, and when I got home, my wife told me to throw it away.
Oh, he actually really was dumpster diving?
Oh, yeah? At least that's what it sounds.
I watch sometimes those
I'm not
videos.
mad at you.
Have you ever seen those videos on YouTube when they dumpster dive?
No.
You haven't seen? That's a hole to fall into. Come on, you've never watched one of those?
Oh my gosh.
Look what I got.
Oh my gosh.
It's like bags and notebooks and old makeup.
Oh my gosh. Oh, actually, Jesse's got a good point. Since he works in the construction industry, finds a lot of good stuff. Now, that is actually true. I know people that have built all kinds of stuff out of like
so he's
leftover
around
construction
it.
materials. D says, I used to sell Crocs. The bumps on the insoles are designed to increase circulation in your feet. Oh, you like that, Nikki?
I do.
They were designed for feet recovery after sports and for diabetics. The Cross-Lite material is a special antimicrobial material.
All my shoes are bad for my feet. All my shoes are horrible.
Not these, Nikki. These have bumps that are designed to increase your circulation.
Mine have no support whatsoever. In fact, I think do me more harm than good. And I like that.
You're getting Crocs.
No, I'm not.
Jason says
Until
she's
there's
wearing...
an Adidas Croc collab, I'm not doing it.
You're doing it. It's happening. Rebecca says she got a chance to see the wedding Crocs. They have
those are
wedding
pretty.
Crocs.
Rebecca, I feel like that is not an everyday look I could pull off, but those are pretty.
Bridal wedding day Crocs. I mean, I guess I went to a wedding where the bride was wearing like Adidas, and I was like, dude, come on. Now that's awesome. So there you go. Bridal Crocs. You think those are pretty?
Well, they're sparkly.
I don't think so.
They're not for you, not for everybody.
Well, I'm not a bride, so.
All right, are we done talking about Crocs? Are we done?
Until you get some.
Are we done now?
You're getting Crocs. Like, can we please make that a Riot Skips Work video?
Why? Do I have to buy them, or can we just try them on?
You could just try them on. I'm okay with that. We'll take a bunch of footage of your feet, put it on the internet.
And now we're not doing that because that's a thing, and that's weird.
Why make it weird? I don't understand.
You don't have to make it weird. It is already weird. I know how some people are with that. They're like, closer.
Could you zoom in there?
In case you're wondering, yes, we do get complaints.
They have gone too far. This time, they are going to be held accountable.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
I want you to hang with me for just a minute, okay? Because what I'm about to suggest is very radical, and you're going to, your first instinct is going to be to reject it outright. But see, Nikki, that's the thing with the truth, is sometimes when we hear the truth, we're so used to believing the lie that when the truth comes along, we experience a little something called cognitive dissonance. It means that we're holding two thoughts in our minds, and they are, they're not in harmony. They're dissonant. They're at war with each other.
So you want us to just hang on and let it sink in for a moment before we respond?
Okay. Now, coronavirus, real. But what's the response? Let me tell you what you're going to see in the news cycle. I started seeing it really emerge big time last night, and it is everywhere today. Everybody's talking about it. It's big, 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 big. Wash your hands. Mm-hmm. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. It's the best way to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Now, Nikki, if we all start washing our hands like crazy, who benefits?
The soap company?
Bath and Body Works.
That is not the soap we should be using.
Or other companies.
Okay.
Like
that's
big.
different.
Okay, wait, all right, fine.
That's
fine,
if they were like, use scented lotion to kill the coronavirus.
Don't you use a foaming Bath and Body Works at your house?
I do not, no.
I've got some called Sweater Weather. It smells like
you do?
peppermint winter. It's wonderful.
Well, that sounds nice, but I think
my hands aren't clean, but it smells so good.
I think they're just meaning let's use a good soap.
Fine.
Good hearty soap.
Fine. Fine. Big Soap, then.
Yeah, Big
we'll
Soap
just call
wins.
it Big Soap. Big Soap paid for all this.
Yeah.
So, who is behind all of the big wash your hands messaging? Big Soap. It is a conspiracy to sell soap. Big time. Follow the
soap?
money.
Well, that or
Follow the money, Nikki.
what's the other stuff? The hand sanitizer stuff is disappearing from a lot of places.
I watched the news last night. I watched one of the big three broadcast networks. I saw some national news, not by choice, but because someone else had it on. And I was like, what is this? Oh, they're talking about how you can't find Purell anywhere. People are buying it up. Are they? We don't know, but there's propaganda out there telling us that there is. So we're like, I've got to get some Purell. I've got to get some soap. Follow the money.
When I went to a hardware store yesterday, and at the counters when you check out was all the hand sanitizer, all the Clorox wipes, all the sanitizing cleaning stuff. And I thought, well, they're just selling it.
Follow the money.
Follow the money. But you're still supposed to wash your hands, is what they're saying.
Oh, see, there it is.
Well, I can't not say it.
Does anyone else hear the parrot in the room? Just repeating what the man is telling them?
You're supposed to wash your hands. Be smart about it.
You know what? I know. I'll make my own soap.
It's flu season anyways. We're supposed to wash our hands already.
Let me guess. Get the flu vaccine. Is that next, Nikki?
No.
Follow the money. It's all a big scam.
No, but what else are you supposed to do?
What?
What else are you supposed to do then? You're still supposed to wash your hands.
Okay.
And use soap. Maybe you just find a...
What kind of soap, Nikki? Maybe you have a recommendation for a brand you'd like to throw in.
I don't. Never mind.
Follow
the money.
The money.
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Got to take a minute to say hello to Christy. Now, Nikki, Christy is, I believe, she has moved to Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
But she is from Central Oregon.
Oh, nice.
Central Oregon is the last place in the entire world
that
has a Blockbuster Video.
There's one left because the Alaska one closed.
Yes,
and
the Texas one closed.
I thought there was one in like Australia too, but
I don't think so.
Not
anymore.
This is the last one.
This is the last Blockbuster.
Please tell me it's not actually closing, because I think they make more money off merchandise.
Oh yeah,
and people can get like memberships there, but I mean, you don't stay.
No, Nikki, it's news because Christy tagged us in a photo.
Did she go?
Of her in front of the Blockbuster.
Nice.
She says, Obadiah, next time you go to Central Oregon, you need to go here. Thanks for the morning show every day with Nikki. You two are amazing.
You almost made it there last year.
I did.
And it would have been cool because you could have gotten a shirt there.
It was very much not my fault and my fault that I didn't get there.
Well, you have family there, and they didn't want to drive.
It came down to this. I have a family member out west that has an RV. Which is just like, oh my gosh. We piled into their RV and went to Crater Lake, which is about an hour away from this old the only Blockbuster left. And
you were so close.
I was an hour away, but first off, an RV gets about 3 miles to the gallon. So that's one thing.
So and 1 hour of driving, but like a couple $100 worth of gas.
Right. And there was a family member that was sick, and that's part of why we were leaving in the first place. And so there were a lot of, I could have very selfishly said, I want us all to spend hundreds of dollars and I don't care that you're ill.
And why wouldn't you want to go to the last?
Why don't you want to go to this video store where we're not going to get any movies?
We're not going to do that, but I'm going to get a shirt and take a picture in front of there.
Come on.
If you would have been by yourself, it would have been.
Oh, it's a no-brainer.
Would have been done, but sometimes with family.
I will tell you, this fall, if everything goes according to plan, I'm going to be in Idaho around Thanksgiving, and I think we're going to rent a car and drive from Idaho to go visit family. And we'll go to Idaho the weekend before Thanksgiving, drive into Oregon, spend that time with family, and then fly out. That route could potentially
take you past it?
Take us through that part of Central Oregon.
So as long as the last Blockbuster stays open until Thanksgiving, this could happen.
I mean, the smart play would probably be to head through Portland and
you've done that.
Columbia River Gorge, things like that. But
go this way.
You know, forget about Mount Hood and how beautiful it is.
It's not changed. You've seen it. So just go to the You've never seen the last Blockbuster.
In fairness, Nikki, the Three Sisters, which are the three mountains there in Central Oregon, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you can see those from the Blockbuster.
If not, I feel like you're saying there's time for everything.
Maybe.
Let it happen.
Don't stand in the way.
Let it happen. Switchfoot is telling you to do it.
They're crooning for you.
I gave during the last fundraiser, and all I got was this crappy morning show. This is The Riot on listener-supported Radio U.
Everybody sit down, pull over.
We're sitting anyways.
Okay, whatever. I'm just telling you that I have really bad news. It shouldn't be coming as any shock to me. I should have seen it coming like 6 months ago. I should have known that this was going to happen. But you get comfortable. You just start doing your day-to-day life and you forget. They warned you. They told you. They told me. We both knew. But I'll bet you forgot too. This Saturday night, we have to say goodbye to a good friend of ours.
What is it? It's not the time change, is it?
Yes, it is.
No, this weekend? No, it's not. Is it?
What do you think? I'm making this up?
I think you're lying.
Am I doing material?
I think you are.
Just doing this for...
No.
Hey, we need to fill a break on the show. Let's lie.
That's this weekend. It is. To look at the date.
You just didn't see Nikki look over and like triple check the date on the calendar.
I was like, is it already going to be Sunday, March 8th this weekend?
That's
right. No.
Yes.
We don't like daylight.
Oh, I need it, dude. I'm hoping it kicks me out of my funk a little bit.
It is the worst when you get up as early as we do, and then it's so light at night until like 10:30 at night, and you feel like you're the one in trouble who's supposed to go to bed, but it's light outside, and you hear everyone playing. You
can actually hear neighborhood kids playing, and you're like, I want to play.
I want to play too, but you're going to bed instead.
Dad.
Oh, I totally forgot that was this weekend.
This weekend. I don't care what a lot of people are like, it's in your head. It's not a big deal. Let me tell you what. That means that on Monday morning, Nikki and I will be getting up at 3:15 a.m., not 4:15 a.m.
Woo!
Don't tell me it's in my head.
You'll feel it. You'll know it. It's hard. And it's not supposed to be this weekend. It's not supposed to be yet.
They changed it.
Yeah, I remember. They
Thanks,
made it
Obama.
Early. So
really, during the Obama administration, they adjusted the dates for us.
So daylight savings will go from March 8th until November 1st. So that's the window.
Yeah, it's great. Fantastic.
I'm going to make a little reminder.
Don't worry. Every media outlet in the world will remind you.
I didn't know.
And Siri probably has it built in to tell you.
And part of my job usually tells me a reminder, but it also didn't remind me for something that I did for this weekend. So I need to go back in and make sure.
Didn't it have a little macro that says remember?
Not a big enough one when you remove it, because that's the easy one. But man, that's a pain. I mean, great. Oh, we're so excited for everybody who...
You're going to have this weekend.
Exciting.
This weekend is the shortest weekend of the year. The shortest weekend.
Why don't we start our weekend an hour earlier than on Friday?
I like the sound of that.
Is that a plan?
Sure.
Can we all make that happen?
Sure. I like it. I mean, stop taking time out of my downtime.
We need to then compensate by making it start earlier.
It feels a little like that whole my boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I start my weekend an hour early.
You like that meme, don't you?
I think it's the little, what's his name?
Elmo? Yeah, it's Elmo on that one.
So
this weekend, remember, your stuff goes forward. So we lose an hour.
I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I didn't want to tell you. I actually completely forgot.
Sorry. I thought you were lying. I'm sorry. I thought you were.
Yeah. You know what we should do, Nikki? I'll tell you what would make us feel a lot better.
What?
We should go out and get some new Crocs.
You want to go eat some cake, too?
We'll get some cake and some Crocs.
That's exactly what you think we'd be doing today. Oh, man. Why? Why is that this weekend? Why?
I hate everything.
I'm going to see Emma. Like, I wanted to see the movie.
You're probably going to be too tired.
I won't be able to. I can't do both.
Can't do both.
I can't time change and watch a movie.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh, man, you know what? I told you guys like an hour and a half ago that we had a really important thing to teach you about.
Hey, we had a time change.
And
we had to bump it back.
It absolutely killed you know what? Like, we're going to do that.
Why do now?
Well, because
You just need a few more minutes with it?
Well, I'm having, there's a technical problem between me and this thing.
Okay.
That has popped up. So we'll see. So there's that. But you know what? In the meantime, Nikki, you have a cellular telephone.
Yes, I have a phone.
Okay. Do you do wireless charging with it?
I do, yeah. I have a wireless mat.
Okay. What brand of wireless mat did you get?
They're cheap ones.
Okay.
I think I got like a 2-pack or something, and
I told you Tupac was alive.
No, a 2-pack, and I want to see maybe they were $10 each. Maybe.
Okay, because I'm looking at one here that's on sale today called a UTech, and that's YOO.
Yeah.
UTech.
Listen, it's not going to be fancy, but it'll work.
Well, but that's the thing I was wondering is I'm new to this idea of wireless charging, and
some are more powerful than others, so some will charge faster.
Okay, but I mean, this would be.
I think mine were Anchor or with an A.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, those type.
Well, these are this particular one says that it does 7.5 watts, which is a charge mode for the iPhone.
Yeah, you're going to switch to charging that way?
I thought about it.
You're going to love it, but there's one problem. The one morning when you did not place your phone on your mat properly.
Just right.
And you're like, oh, my phone never charged. That'll be the only disappointing thing.
Okay. Well, because here's what I was thinking is that I was going to buy another wall charger. Mm-hmm. They're about $5,000 directly sold to you from Apple, whereas this charging mat is $6. And, it just is what it is.
I just have one that has a lot of USB, inputs and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I just charge it that way, and then that's plugged into the wall.
What?
Well, I just have it's a little docking thing.
Okay, so a docking thing where there are a lot of different USB ports, and you just plug it into the USB port.
Yeah, that way you can buy any cheap cable that you want that'll work for a few days until you need to buy a new one. But you don't need to buy a wall charger.
Awesome. So I'll tell you what, I'll make you a promise.
Yeah.
I am not going to play back the last 30 seconds when your house burns down and the insurance inspector comes in and they're like, so tell me, were you using genuine Apple products? Yes, sir, I was.
Yes, I was.
What a shock to me that my phone exploded.
It's fine. You're like, why is my charging thing so hot?
I don't understand. Ouch! It shocks me every time.
Listen, no one can afford the real ones, all right? It's built into your insurance. They expect it.
It's great.
It's perfectly okay. But yeah, I'd grab a mat I saw the one you sent that were on sale.
And that seems okay to you?
Yeah.
But then again, based on what you just said, I'm not sure if I should.
Dude, I spilled water all over mine and it still works.
I just feel great about where this is headed. Absolutely.
Your phone and your house are going to be fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
If something would have happened, it would have happened already.
It's working, guys.
You're fine. Don't panic.
Hey, so what do you think of Obadiah?
The truth is, he's not a very nice person.
Okay, well, what about Nikki?
The very best there is.
You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
Welcome to Alaska, son.
Is this the story you almost forgot to tell us?
It is.
Okay, good.
Nikki, how do you feel about being in the United States Air Force? Excited, right?
I guess.
That's your career, airman. And even if you're an airwoman.
Oh, it's still an airman?
Yeah, because that's a rank. Airman. So you're in the Air Force, you're an airman something class, and you decide sometimes, you're having a good time, we're talking, things are happening, and you maybe take it upon yourself to little inner office antics. Yes, it's the military, but antics, Nikki.
It happens in an office. It does.
All right? So some people, we don't know the circumstances or the why But we do know that...
I see what... Oh, no, that is so bad. You can't do that.
We do know that someone whose name I actually don't have he's in trouble for peeing in the coffee maker.
So basically, there was a letter of reprimand for peeing in the squadron's office coffee maker.
That's right.
And there was other violations, but this was was the main one.
His violation was he was absent without leave because when they found out he did it, he went into hiding.
Well, yeah.
Just so good.
They're not just going to let that go.
So he got demoted to Airman Basic. So
Good.
that's the lowest possible rank in the Air Force. It was all handled under Article 92, Article 15, which means he doesn't have to go to court.
Sure.
Basically, his superior officer in minor cases can handle it.
I feel like even with his demotion, like publicly, I think privately, he's also receiving punishment.
Here's my favorite thing about this.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite thing is that somebody somewhere has gotten the formal stuff that's been written up, and it says the unnamed airman, quote, knew or should have known to refrain from urinating in the squadron coffee maker.
Was there a sign?
Was there a sign?
Because if there's not.
Did someone say, listen here, airman, do not pee in the squadron coffee maker? Do I make myself clear?
You think it's implied, but maybe he still has a case because no one said no.
You know what happens when people make assumptions? You know what
There's
you make?
pee in the coffee pot.
Out of you and umption?
You're not supposed to do that.
You're not supposed to. You got to spell it out.
Listen, there's things you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to mess with people's food. Don't mess with people's drinks. There's it. That's
right.
The two things.
Let me put it in language you can understand, okay? You do not tug on Superman's cape, okay? You do not pee into the wind.
Or into the coffee
and
pot.
And you do not pee into the squadron coffee maker. Do you understand me, maggot?
Do we all get that? Then good. Now next time you're tempted, you're like, no. Obie and Nikki told me.
Oh, man.
I remember this
now.
story. I'm not supposed to.
I was going to. I was all set.
Gotta fight that.
And then my phone rang, and I remembered I listened to the Riot podcast on my phone, and I'm not supposed to do this. My bad. My bad.
Makes you worried. What's happened before and you just don't know it?
I really don't want to know. I don't want to know. I drink from our station coffee maker every day.
You make it.
I know, but I'm sure that's probably staff member on their way out the door. They're just like, you know what? I've had it with Obadiah. I've had it with this place.
Here's to his coffee.
And every day there I am on a microbiotic level.
Filling up, going back in there, topping it off.
Getting more.
The definition of insanity is putting the riot on again and again and expecting a better result. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
I have something that we need to talk about that is show related that we are acting like has gone away, but it's just as relevant as it was an hour ago.
What is it?
That is that Nikki is about to buy some Crocs.
No, I don't think I am, but okay, you want me 100% honest? You want to be honest?
Lie to me, Nikki. Lie to me.
No, I watch TikTok all the time, and I always see people like shuffling around in Crocs. And I'm like, is everybody wearing these and I'm not? Because, they've been around for a long time. I never worn one. What if they're amazing and we miss out?
I charted the trajectory. It was people liked them.
Yeah.
Then people hated them. People went back to wearing them ironically, went from ironic to, and this is how these things always happen, where they're like, you know what? They're actually pretty comfortable.
Yeah. So I don't know where we are at right now.
I actually really like them. I feel like we're back into I feel like we're coming up on the second wave. Could be the third or fourth wave, and I missed the other ones. I don't know.
No, the bigger thing is Crocs had quite a few higher profile collabs.
Yeah.
With some pretty well-known people that you wouldn't think would wear Crocs.
And we just found out they had some collabs with Peeps.
They did, with the little squishy marshmallow food. And I don't know. So it just fascinates me.
So Kyle sent us a wonderful meme, which I have posted on the Riot's Facebook page. And Nikki, I have a little comment here. Tyler has something he would like to say to you.
What does Tyler put? If you go to RadioU Riot on our Facebook page, you can see what Tyler put.
Here's what Tyler says. Listen, I used to be super against Crocs until I had plantar fasciitis in both feet for nearly a year.
Oh, that is painful.
Yes.
Like, that's no joking on that.
I got that after training for a half marathon, and it is awful. I had bought Dr. Scholl's insoles. I tried different brands with better soles in them, everything. I found an article online that said Crocs would help, and I was to the point where I was willing to try anything. Even Crocs.
And they did? Did they help them?
Let me tell you, they have literally changed my life.
Aww.
I have Crocs flip-flops, Crocs work shoes, Crocs
everything.
tennis shoes, Crocs that look like Sanuk sandals. I swear by them and at them. No, I made that up. And they make styles that look way better than the original slip-on clogs. I support you, Nikki.
Oh, if I decide to.
Yeah, Victoria says fleece line Crocs are the better choice.
You could do that.
That actually sounds really comfortable.
See, for me, I do not like tennis shoes. I don't like my feet closed up. I don't like socks. I don't like feeling like that. Now, obviously, if it's colder, I have to.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I like slides or flip-flops, and those are not the best for your feet.
Nikki, look who just jumped in. Rachel, she's back in on it. She says, I hate Crocs. But after all the Croc talk, especially how they're supposed to be good for your feet, I think I want to buy some Crocs. She says she has problematic feet. Nikki, you're not alone.
Oh, thanks, Rachel. Again, I don't know if I'm going to buy them. I just sent Obi the article about the Crocs Peep collab.
You know what we should do?
And that has led to this.
Wait, what if we do Crocs week? You and I go buy Crocs.
One for each day, or...
Oh, heavens, no.
Oh,
no.
Okay,
no. We buy them and we wear them for a week.
Oh, I see. I gotcha.
And then we see at the end of, like how we're doing.
I don't know. If no one looks at me, just don't look and see how they look at me. Well, and I don't have to run any errands or go do anything else. I come to work and then I go home wearing these things.
Go home. Okay.
I just don't know how I'll look in these.
Okay, well.
We'll see. It's still a maybe.
I don't know what to tell you about that. There are certain things in your scenario I can't control.
I get embarrassed a lot, remember?
I
would think people would be looking at them. I don't know.
Somebody would be looking at my feet and I'd be like, you know what? My feet are a mirror for how ugly your soul is. Don't stare at me.
Don't tell people that.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.